Yo, 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 what's good YouTube? It's B4 Reacts, we're back with another video. In today's video, I am going to be reacting to Ren, Eden. Apart from that, let's just get straight into the video, shall we? But before we do, please do follow up all my social, links will be down in the description below. And also subscribe to the channel and like the video. And comment down below what I should react to next. Apart from that, let's get straight to it.
Yeah, okay, it's us.
3, 2, 1.
Let me tell you a story as old as time, the story of Adam and Eve. It starts with a God who wanted more. God had just created the heavens and the earth. He had the angels by his side, but they had no will of their own, and so the autonomy to love or reject him was never theirs. All but for one, the once called bringer of light.
So we got a storytelling Ren. Whoa, it's 8 minutes and 50 seconds long, bro. Yeah, we got a whole story. We're gonna listen to this, sit through it, see what we can catch. I don't think this is a song. I think it's just a story. This might be a new Ren we got so far. Let's go.
All but for one, the once called bringer of light. Lucifer Morningstar.
I know him.
Lucifer was
Lucifer Morningstar. If you've heard, if you've watched the Netflix series Lucifer on Netflix. Don't know if it's still on now. I'm not sure. But Lucifer Morningstar was Lucifer's name in there. Lucifer Morningstar. I don't really believe in the devil, you know. I just like take it as it's just a movie in my opinion. But yeah, Lucifer Morningstar is, if he's putting it that way, that yeah, it's from the Netflix series.
Lucifer Morningstar. Lucifer was the fairest and most intelligent of all the angels. He was the closest thing to God's image, and in his likeness, Lucifer felt restless. He began to question and doubt God. He doubted the hierarchy opposed upon him. He felt God was arrogant. In his frustration, Lucifer built a throne that stood even above God's and declared mutiny.
So yeah, Lucifer declared, like, well, made a throne of his own basically. That's where hell came in. That's why people think hell is real, heaven's real. I don't have an opinion on both of them. In my opinion, I just don't believe there's a heaven or there's a hell. But other people do, you know what I mean? But yeah, Lucifer is the king of hell, and God or Jesus or whatever you guys want to call him. I don't know what you guys call him. No hate to none of you, but yeah, he's the god of heaven basically. So yeah, he created his own throne because what I heard was Jesus, Lucifer is Jesus' son, and he decided to kick Lucifer out of heaven. So Lucifer made his own place, which is what's called hell. That's all I know.
Above God's and declared mutiny. A war ensued. God, being all-powerful, came out the victor and banished Lucifer from the heavens and exiled him to earth. Once again, God was alone with his power. Perhaps from loneliness, perhaps from curiosity, perhaps from a desire to share love, God began to work on his greatest project yet, a being that would mirror himself, the human, two humans specifically, Adam and Eve. They were placed inside a paradise built for them on earth, the Garden of Eden. In the garden, God placed a tree that bared fruit that would grant anyone who ate it powers bestowed only to a God, to tell good from evil, left from right, to live righteously or to sin. He named this the tree of knowledge. God told Adam and Eve they could eat whatever they wanted in the garden, but never the fruit from the tree of knowledge. And if they disobeyed him, it would be punishable by death. The basic way the story of Eden is told is that Eve was tempted by Lucifer in the form of a serpent to eat a fruit from the tree of knowledge. Convinced, she bit the fruit, she passed it to Adam, and he did the same. Suddenly, ultimate knowledge filled their minds, and they realized they were naked and felt shame. God discovered this betrayal and felt angered. He exiled Adam and Eve and cursed them with the life of a mortal. They would work, they would bear children, and they would die. The fate of a human. Now look deeper.
Wait, no, what? I'm confused. Sorry, I've lost it now. So God thingied Adam and Eve to thingy. They knowledge a tree, ate an apple. Then they got given what is it? I've forgot what you called it, when you could just like live forever, God mode or whatever you want to call it. And then they ended up having to work and have all these kids and that. So we're basically all their kids, right? Okay. Then it makes no sense. What? I forgot what I was gonna say now. They had all these kids, yeah, but how did they make all the buildings and that? That's what. Let's carry on.
The fate of a human. Now look deeper.
In the story, the serpent tempted me by telling me I would gain ultimate knowledge and that God would spare me.
Both were true.
This wasn't some great deception, meaning that Satan, in the likeliness of God, perhaps understood his intentions. In fact,
The only lie uttered in the
Garden of Eden was
by God, who did not end up
condemning
Adam and Eve to death.
death.
This could be seen as an act of
Mercy, but the sheer fact that the tree existed and that humans
were initially cut off from this knowledge.
may imply some part of God was afraid that if humans were granted the gift of perception, they, like Lucifer, would have the power to reject him too. The fact that there stood a beautiful tree that could
grant this knowledge in the first place.
This is tripping me out of all these different voices. It's tripping the hell out of me.
the fact that there stood a beautiful tree that could
Grant this knowledge in the first place.
implies that a small part of
God, supposedly all-knowing.
perhaps wanted and intended
the humans to bite too.
In the Bible, Satan was an exiled angel of free will. Humans are exiled
descendants of Adam and Eve.
also with free will.
I can't lie. This is like a history lesson to me. It's bringing me back to my school days. I can't lie.
Free will. Humans are exiled
Descendants of Adam and Eve.
also with free will. Not only have we shared a similar fate to the devil, we were also both constructed in
We
the
were
image
also
of our
both
Creator,
constructed in the image of our Creator.
meaning our behaviors, in some shape or form, imperfectly echo His.
We could assume that this kind of
God has his doubts, but as the most
powerful being,
Being in the universe
he has no one above him
to turn to with questions, and no one to
Doubt but himself, an incredibly lonely and isolating existence.
We must only assume that the common thread between God, Lucifer, and us is the desire for more, an eternal curiosity, a desire perhaps birthed from a seed of loneliness. If not, why would we exist in the first place?
It's got me
Constantly
thinking.
looping bittersweet irony.
This has got me thinking. I can't lie. I don't even know what I'm saying, but like in my mind, I've got loads of thoughts going in with what they're saying. It's like, yeah.
In the first place. The constantly looping bittersweet irony is whether gifted by some omnipotent God or simply a byproduct of billions of years of evolution, here we stand in 2023 as creatures with free will, the only creatures that understand and define good from bad, creatures with the potential of a God. And what do we do with that free will, my friends? We willingly walk to the edge of a cliff. In the name of progress, we jump off the precipice. The empires we build ravage the earth. The natural order of things are necessary to survive. Any systems which do not honor homeostasis eventually perish. Our free will overrides our own biological instinct. We can take more than we eat. We can kill more than we need. We can willingly create weapons with the potential to burn everything we've built to the ground. We willingly...
Yeah, I don't understand that, to be fair. Why do we willingly create guns? Why do we willingly create grenades? Why do we willingly create bombs in general? Why do we willingly create tanks and fucking war machines and created an army and all this shit to fight? When in the end, we've created all this which could potentially blow up everything we created, such as buildings, houses, countries. We could just blow it up now because we created what we can live on, but we also created something that can destroy everything we already created. It makes no sense to me. If you understand where I'm coming from, then yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me. Why would you build this place where we can all live beautifully, but also build a negative side of it which could create everything we just built? You know what I mean?
weapons with the potential to burn everything we've built to the ground. We willingly decide to bow at the altar of greed, the most insidious and destructive of all sins. We put our faith in corporations who pose as rulers. We willingly allow ourselves to be led by outdated power systems ran by corrupted politicians
and bloated dictators who claim domain and dominion over an open and free land.
We willingly elect the corrupted when the decision was always ours to build something better. We willingly create and impose separation because of beliefs that we are force-fed through our phones and television sets. We always had the will to reject these things, but we adhere to them as though they were the laws of physics. War, famine, pestilence, greed, these aren't things imposed upon us by an all-powerful God or by his demonic adversary. They are here because of us, not because of free will, but because of our inability to use it. We must be motivated to be better, not out of fear of punishment of an eternal damnation, but because the choice exists, because we love ourselves, because we have the power to absolve ourselves of so much unnecessary suffering. Take a second to be in this very moment. In this moment, how much suffering is happening all over the planet right now? How many people are dying of illnesses that could have easily been cured, but aren't because of the selfishness and greediness of humanity?
I agree with that completely. Like, you've got all these people suffering out there, like Africa and that, and no one's really helping them. Like, yeah, we're donating money to them, yeah, but the money doesn't actually make it to their country. That's why they're still suffering. People, yeah, we send the money, it goes in a lorry which goes over there, and then the lorry gets robbed from. They'll break into the lorry, take all the money, so the money doesn't actually make it to the country. So yeah, it's just greediness at the end of it. So yeah, it's all hard to explain, but yeah.
Illnesses that could have easily been cured, but aren't because of the selfishness and greediness of humanity. How many people break their backs and reject their own passions to simply afford bills and food? How many of us crave distraction from existence? How many of us numb that pain in whatever way necessary? How many children are being abused? How many people sleep cold and hungry on the streets? How many of us become cogs inside a machine that is destroying itself? How many soldiers have been forced to fight in meaningless wars? How many humans have killed for ideals they don't believe in or understand? How many people have died for the greed of another man? And how much of this was avoidable? As written in the Bible, Satan was not condemned to hell. Satan was condemned to earth. He lives there amongst other creatures with free will, who always had the choice and still chose their own undoing. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our self-made hell. The bittersweet irony is this is a creation of our own design. I'll leave you with this. Consider what you have done here today. You have worked together as individuals collaborating to form a giant neural network, a hive mind capable of achieving incredible things. We have lent on each other's strengths to solve puzzles and decipher riddles, and we've done so to win money. Imagine applying that same spirit and determination to creating the closest thing we have to paradise here on Earth. By using the power of collaboration, we can work together to even the playing field for everybody. Our dystopias can become utopias. Our Jahannams can become Jannah. Our hells can become...
I've always wanted to meet Ren. Like, Ren sounds like a chill dude to, like, hang with. He's got a very... I don't know how to explain it, but he's got a very positive influence on a lot of people. He's very positive in his brain, even though he's got, like, illnesses and that. But, like, he's a very positive dude, and that's why I respect him. And I can see where he's coming from. Like, we've created our own hell by what we've built around us, is what's created it. And then we're also under control by the royal family. Well, I'm from England, so we're under control by the royal family, the governments, the presidents, and all that stuff. Like, our money is made by our king. You know what I mean? Like, even if I was to make the money the same, which I can physically make the money the same if I wanted to, it'd still be the same as what the king made, but it wouldn't be accepted. The king has to make it. So it's like, yeah, you know, it would have been easier if we could make our own money, but it is what it is at the end of it, innit?
Become heaven, right here on Earth. And this sentiment applies to atheists, agnostics, and believers alike. Myself, I'm an agnostic who believes. I believe in us. We must do better because we can choose to. We must be better simply because the option exists. Thank you.
I actually enjoyed this video. This video is a really good video. It's it got me thinking, like it got me thinking a lot on life in general. Like normally I'm a person, I just get up and I go day by day. I just do my own thing, you feel me? I don't really pay attention to what's going around on and around in the world. I just stick to myself, do me, you feel me? Like what most people should be doing. But then when you look at the world, you'll see how corrupt the world actually is. And it's crazy it's just crazy to watch, you feel me? And as here Ren, he dives deep into all of it and he explains it all to us and we see what the world's really like, you feel me? And that's why I like Ren. But if you enjoyed this video, please do like, subscribe and comment down below what I should react to next. And please do follow up on my social medias. Links will be down in the description below. Apart from that, I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.